Hi, my name is Tiffany, and I did my community assessment project on Bullhead City, Arizona. It is in Mojave County. It is located in the northwestern part of Arizona. It's only about 150 miles away from Nevada, Las Vegas, Nevada, depending on where you're going. Elevation is only 738 feet above sea level, and there's much desert surrounding, except for the river that's going in the middle, the Colorado River. Our population was reported at 40,000 people and some change, most of which were Caucasian. The average income is almost $58,000 annually. A lot of that comes from tourists coming to visit Laughlin, which is just across the river from us. Unemployment was 5.1%, and the poverty level was 19.3% as of 2016. There are two school districts in Bullhead City. One is for pre-kindergarten, preschool through 8th grade, and one is for the high school. Breakfast and lunch are offered to the students. Special education is also offered in limited seats and usually granted by the state. Sex education, however, is not offered. There is one college, and it is a community college. The most recreation would be at the river. There are parks all over that have cabanas to block the high sun rays. So, City Council has 7 members, and they meet every first and third Tuesday of the month, unless more meetings are required. 22.5% of the community is religious, which is actually surprising because there are churches all over town. The highest percentage of church members is of the Church of Jesus Christ. There are 4 newspaper companies, 38 local radio stations, and 4 local television channels. Fun fact, I actually find more information about this coronavirus through the Bullhead City Bee, which is a newspaper, and the Mojave Times than I do from my own hospital that gives me daily updates. There's a fire department with 5 fire stations all throughout town, 1 police department, 4 treatment centers that would provide treatment to rape victims, and the Red Cross is prepared for any disaster. 137 physicians, 475 nurses, and so on. There is a Bullhead City Hospital that has 139 bed occupancy. There is one in Fort Mojave as well that, depending on what part of Bullhead City you're in, is about 20-minute drive. There's also one about an hour away in Kingman. That is where I work. So we do have, and one in Havasu. So we do have 4 hospitals in the area. Technically, there's only one in Bullhead City. However, we do have 15 pharmacies for that one hospital. A lot of them have shut down over the last year, but we do have them. This new inpatient rehabilitation center is actually brand new. So the problem is substance and drug abuse. A lot of that would be opioids leading to heroin, methamphetamine. This was listed on a few different sites as one of our biggest problems here. My nursing diagnoses were drug addiction related to inadequate resources, as evidenced by opioid death rates. The other one I thought of was risk of higher drug addiction population related to lack of treatment resources. My 2020 goal is to offer more resources and make the public more aware of them. These would lead to more treatment for drug addiction and substance abuse. Increase the proportion of persons who need and or illicit drug treatment and received specialty treatment for abuse or dependence in the last year. in turn, we would increase the population of persons who are referred for follow-up care for alcohol or drug problems. I think that is extremely important, is the follow-up. So the goal is to, by April of 2021, this time next year, we will see less overdose in the hospital, less death, and less other issues that come to the hospital due to complications. We would also report the community feeling safer. These are our current resources. I had to really dig for these resources as they are not readily available. The big ones out of here would be Mojave Mental Health and Southwest Behavioral. The interventions that I did is I researched the community resources, came up with a flyer, and I put in more of the areas where we find a lot more of the homeless. I put those flyers up for them to be able to see what their resource options are. Eventually, when all of the coronavirus is over, I would like to organize gatherings. I want to find one of my friends that is recovered from drug addiction. I think she just 30 years now. I think she would be really good for this, and get the families involved. That way there's more motivation to stay sober, and give them the credit that I really feel that they need to have in order to want to stay sober. So Bullhead City has the problem with addiction. Advertising resources gives them options, and then follow-up care, treatment and social events would definitely help the chronic situation. I had many resources, but these are some of them. Thank you.